It's the Locs You podcast. I'm Cyn Marie, your host. Today's episode is about my why I started this channel. So my why for starting this is because I repair a lot of locks. I'm the owner of Xotic Locs Studio in Columbia, Maryland. I repair locks. I start them, extensions, consultations, anything that has to do with a lock. I do it. I'm your girl. I have clients that come through and they have damage to their hair, or I hear their horror stories. They're supposed to be loctician and they are just doing things for the money, like maybe I'm assuming they go on YouTube. There are a lot of tutorials on YouTube and then they're messing up clients' hair. I always ask questions like, are you allergic to anything? Or if they are just starting locks, why didn't you go back to your loctician? And they give me horror stories. So we're going to talk briefly about those horror stories because it's my why. So for instance, if they have locks that needed to be repaired, either tension, stylists are twisting too tight, which is not necessary, or doing those beautiful styles but just extremely too tight, or they start them and spaces aren't appropriate, their base isn't properly parted, or they'll have an appointment and they'll cancel the hour before, which is totally not professional. So that's kind of my why. So the reason I started this podcast is because I have a lot of new clients that find me because they've had horror stories with maybe their loctician. So I thought, I'll start a podcast so that I could reach other people in other states because they may be going through the same thing, and maybe they could fly in and see me, or maybe they can just, see this video or listen to this podcast and it could help them also because they may be going through the same thing. So I'm the owner of Xotic Locs Studio. I'm a master loctician. I've been doing this for 15 plus years. I offer starter locks, lock extensions, micro locks, wicks, repairs, just about anything that has to do with the lock because that's what I specialize in and that's all I do, are locks. So there are various type of locks. Traditional locks, you could have approximately 120 on your head. Micro locks, you can have approximately 250 to 300. Wick locks, you could have maybe 6 to 20 on your head. Lock extensions, people get those because they don't want to go through the ugly stage, which is really not an ugly stage, it's a beautiful stage. You could have lock extensions for micro locks up to traditional locks. So they vary in the amount that could be on your head. So you wake up one day and you say, I think I want to start locks. What do? You find a loctician, right? Okay, you may Google in your area. So I want to help you with this. So when you Google and you find a loctician, what you want to look for, and I know it may be hard and depends on the area where you live, the state where you live in, whether it's a large state or a small state, you want to try and look for someone who specializes in locks and you don't want to think about the price. Like, just save your money and pay the price. If it's a higher price, that's normally good, and especially if that's all that they do. You don't want to get a stylist, and I'm not trying to offend any stylists out there, but you don't want to get a stylist that does press outs and other things. You want to try to find a lock specialist that's all they do. Maybe they do natural hair also, but definitely all locks, or definitely natural hair. And the reason I say that is because normally they know what they're doing. And yes, they might be on the pricier side, but that's fine. You're not going to have to do double work, and you're not going to be frustrated and go through all the things that some clients go through, like having to pay double money because their locks didn't start out properly. I get a lot of clients that I have to fix stylist works, and it's no fun for them. They come in, they're frustrated, they're upset. And when you go through this journey, it's tough enough as it is. You know what I mean? It's tough enough because you're going from maybe wearing wigs or weave and having big hair, and then now all of a sudden you're embracing your natural hair, your locks, and you're seeing your whole face. And I think that's what it is. Some of us can handle it and some people can't. Okay, cut. So hopefully this information in the video was helpful. Hit the notification bell, make it ring so you can see when I post other videos. Like and subscribe. Listen, I'm new to this, okay? I'm getting it together. Like, subscribe. You know what to do. Do all of that stuff. Shoot. Work with a sister. Just follow me. I'm going to have more information, more videos. If it's something you want to know about, email me. Good questions, anything. And I'll answer them. This was tough.
I like that.
See y'all.
Yeah.
Be great.
That was great.
And now you hold me. I'm glad that I'm calming down. Can't let no one come control me.